karate chop.
What?
Are you gonna like fight?
Yeah, I mean, I might. Just trying to hit the record button, you know? Watcha.
Today we're at a brewery.
Name of the brewery, Casa de la Parmiter.
Yeah, so as we've been talking on the podcast, we have too much fresh hops to drink. Because we just got to get them done with at some point.
We're pushing into December almost now.
Yeah, we'll continue doing fresh hops into like January on the podcast at this point, which is just not, you shouldn't do that. You should drink them.
No.
And it has nothing to do with the fact that Thanksgiving is coming up and we weren't prepared at all. It has nothing to do with that.
No, shut up. Just you that you're prepared.
Everything to do with drinking fresh hop. So we are drinking the Black Raven fresh hop, and it's in a 16-ounce format, so it does fit the pints.
It's a pint. We're having a pint
thing.
Absolutely. Things probably sound better on their end, you know?
Probably.
Ideally.
Like music that I have to filter out. I mean, there's going to be some reverb, I guess.
Sure, but still, can't be that bad.
Probably not.
Shouldn't even have looked at that. Although I kind of already agree with it, even after one sip.
So if I remember correctly, I don't think we rated this too high.
No, we did not.
We've had Black Raven before. Like, it's available.
Yes. We actually podcast. Like, I did a full podcast, which I guess that makes sense.
The fresh hop or the...
Fresh hop, yep.
Yeah. Well, I just mean like even the Black Raven IPA itself, the non-fresh hop version we have access to.
Oh, and I don't think I've ever had that.
Wrong, because you've had an IPA at Boom Boom Room.
I've had it like once. Wasn't great. Never ordered it again. So
yeah, it's I call them like standard bar IPAs.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like orange citrus, bitter, nothing special, nothing amazing. Just kind of like meh.
You know what I think this falls in the trap to, which a lot of the fresh hops that we say is, I think they just used all fresh hop, and it's just a little too light and bland. There's not a lot of kick to the hops in there. So, what do you think? What do you think you rated it last time out of 5? Because we did podcast it.
So that was before old rating system.
No, it was not.
Oh, it wasn't.
Nope,
wow,
it was
new.
Yeah, it was a new rating system.
Man, we're cruising along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess. Can walk me through like some of the.
Yeah. So I'm gonna assume you're not a 5. In fact, I'm gonna assume you're not a 4.
Correct.
So in the 3 range, we have 2.5 to 3 is fine. Mm-hmm. 2 up to 2.5 is okay. Mm-hmm. And then below that, we have a 1.5 to 2 is a meh. And then a 1 to a 1.5 is bad.
I'm going to guess that I rated it a 2.7 or a 2.8.
A little bit lower, but right in that same range. You rated it a 2.2, so that's in the okay range. That is the bottom quarter of the numero trace range. I went quite a bit lower. I went 1.75, which puts it in the meh category.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I
think that was a little harsh.
I don't think I disagree with that, honestly.
You don't think that was harsh?
I think maybe I could say it's a 2, but I think I'm still in the meh category. I think I'm still on a 2.
Okay, one of the difficult things about pintsing the beer, or what we call pintsing the beer, which is going to the brewery and giving our first reactions, in the podcast we have like 2. And they could be 16-ounce or 12-ounce beers, but and it's like over a period of time as well, so you get to experience more of the flavors.
That's true.
How it's going to sit well with you. So, who knows? If I drank 2 of these, would I like it more or less? It's hard to say.
Yeah, especially given last week's pints where we had the Belgian Blonde. I thought I was going to have a horrible time, but actually, the more we drank, I had a better and better time.
Yep.
So that was very interesting.
Yeah, I think for this one, because we haven't really talked much about it,
right.
It's got some, like, I think you hit it right on the head, like, it's not hoppy enough.
No.
It tastes a little like watered down.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate. Like we've talked about this on the podcast. I think that's just exactly that. I think it's just purely fresh hopped, and it just doesn't have that oomph that I would like to see.
Yeah.
Especially in this one because they used Strata and Bravo.
Ooh, like Strata.
But I am going to guess that brewed with the first hops of the season, so that's a dangerous thing to do.
Yeah, why even? Like, I guess I get the draw to it if you don't know anything about hops, but I'm gonna say that's not worth bragging about.
No. And then so it's got like this. I think it's like a orange and melon probably citrus profile that I would describe it as.
Yes.
That's not great either.
Not compared with like the bready, almost cardboardy taste it's got going on here.
Yeah, like if it had a little bit more tang to it, then I'd be inclined. Yeah, I would downgrade this from like a standard, bar IPA to a like late night Call of Duty session IPA, where it's like it doesn't really matter.
Yes, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
You're not really already focused on the beer.
No,
but it's drinkable.
You're already feeling it a little bit. Yeah, I could see that. Don't think I would buy it, but like if I had it, this would be good for that situation. I'm with you. So it's pints. Letter grading. What are you gonna give it?
C-. That's probably a little generous.
I'm right there with you. I was going back and forth, and I think I'm feeling a little generous too. I'm gonna go C-, but you could argue D+ for me. So,
but if you think like if you are intrigued by fresh hop beers and you're not an IPA drinker, this would probably be a good one to kind of get a little bit into that world because it's not scary from the hop front. But other than that, like if you like IPAs, you like fresh hops. Probably avoid it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hear me out. If you're kind of a beginner into IPAs, you're not super sold on them yet, and you like red wine, this is what I would call dry.
Okay.
That doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but tell me that the texture doesn't echo red wine.
No.
All right. Well,
and
I tried.
I think red wine drinkers like IPAs.
I think they're more partial to it,
like proper enjoyers of wine, I guess you should say.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. I think they're more inclined to it, but I mean, there's still like quite a bit of IPAs where I would be like, yeah, it's probably too bitter even for your average wine drinker. I don't know.
Well, I'm just making the differentiation between like, you prefer a red blend when you drink wine, and you like the sweeter side of reds, which. There's a good amount of those, I guess, but typically, like craft beer drinkers, they don't stay in that phase long.
Right, that's fair.
Right?
That's true. Yeah.
That's, I guess, what I'm kind of getting at.
So really, you could kind of just
life cycle.
Yeah, you could really just discard everything I just said, and if you like this, you like it. If you don't, you're like
it's a C-.
It's
so
a C-.
You don't like it.
Yeah. So.
All right. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks.